Hi, and welcome to Whimsy Room. Here, you'll find DIY projects, homeschool inspiration, activity ideas for kids, and I'll also take you along on our gardening and homesteading adventures. I'm Samantha. I consider myself multi-passionate and love everything creative, crafty, and making things beautiful. You'll also see my daughters, R and E, from time to time. We love crafting, baking, and learning together. We hope you do too. When we saw these chocolate frogs at a candy store, my daughter and I both agreed that it would be fun to have a Harry Potter themed birthday party this year. R and I started watching the Harry Potter movies as a Thanksgiving-ish time tradition in 2020. Since the movies encompass a whole year, including Halloween and Christmas, it seemed appropriate to do it somewhere in the middle. Also, R was 5 at the time, and therefore will be 13 when we reach the Deathly Hallows Part 2, assuming we can stretch the movies out that long. Before fans start coming at me, yes, we are also reading the books. We started on the first one last year and are about to start the second, just as soon as we finish reading The Hobbit. So here's how I threw my daughter a Harry Potter themed birthday party for her 7th birthday. I went against my DIY nature on decorations and bought these Harry Potter hanging decorations from Amazon. I'll put the link down in the description below if you're interested in them. We also got some golden star garlands and some other hanging decorations. I tried making some floating candles, the ones in the great dining hall. They're all floating around while they're eating, and they're so cool looking. I've seen a lot of DIY tutorials on this, but I tried and it did not come out very well, and I hung them up anyway, but after I had multiple family members ask me why I had toilet paper rolls hanging from the ceiling, I just took them down. So if you have tried that floating candle tutorial and had success with it, please comment down below and let me know what you did and how it looked good, because mine did not look good. But also, if you tried and failed like I did, let me know that too, because that will make me feel a lot better about myself. Then I got some crepe paper in the colors of all the Hogwarts houses, maroon, yellow, green, and blue, and I folded them together to make really pretty but simple streamers. Finally, there was a happy birthday banner that I hung over my fireplace because I have one of those now at my new rental house, and I hung those alongside some tiny witches brooms that I found at Target because they already had their Halloween stuff available in their dollar zone. For our Harry Potter themed party, I specifically planned a time where I didn't have to feed party guests a meal. We did, however, provide snacks, and I kept it really simple with a fruit and veggie tray and some chips. Of course, I had to go back to the candy store and get enough chocolate frogs for everybody's goodie bags. I also got a few bags of the every flavor beans. The kids and some of the adults really had fun trying to guess which ones were going to be really good and which ones were going to be not so good. And of course, what Harry Potter party would be complete without butterbeer? I used a recipe, and I'll go ahead and link that as well, but basically it's just homemade butterscotch mixed with cream soda and then some butterscotch flavored whipped cream on top. It was delicious, but very, very sweet. Also, against my DIY nature, we ordered cupcakes from a local bakery. I asked for a yellow frosting, and instead I got this kind of yellowy color, but R was happy with it because it's identical to the color of her Hogwarts house. Hufflepuff, go figure. Unfortunately, I didn't get any pictures of the cupcakes by themselves, except for this one of my youngest daughter enjoying hers a lot. So I had some really fun activities planned for our Harry Potter themed party. As the guests were arriving, I just sent them outside to play. And outside I had a couple of brooms and a golden rubber ball for them to come up with their own version of Quidditch. I was busy inside, so I'm not exactly sure what they came up with, but whenever they were called back inside, they were very hot and sweaty because it was August and full of giggles and smiles. We made wands next. I bought these natural wood looking dowels and then set out paint, yarn, golden pipe cleaners, and stick-on jewels for them to decorate the stick. And I think they came out really fun. Even some of the adults got in on the action. While our wands dried, we went to potions class. We made a brew that R decided to call Unicorn Summoning Potion. By this, we just poured into a fun bottle that I got at the Dollar Tree. And we poured that about a third of the way full of vinegar. Then I had one of the kids help me, and we added a few pumps of frog juice. Really, it was just some green hand soap that I pulled the label off of. Then I had another kid help me. They added a few drops of food coloring, and then a third kid added pixie dust or just really fine glitter. The last step was to add a big spoonful of baking soda. Go ahead.
Put in a lot of everything.
Whoa.
I had the bottle set in a small storage bucket as we were working on this potion, and so when it overflowed, all the kids could ooh and ah. Some of the adults really were excited about it too. But I didn't have to worry about cleaning up the mess afterwards because it was all contained inside of that bucket. All I had to do was dump and rinse after. We did another potion that was fun, but I would really recommend doing this with older kids probably. Since this was my daughter's 7th birthday party, most of the kids were about 6 or 7, and they struggled a little bit. They needed a lot of adult guidance and assistance. So maybe younger kids, about 10 or so, might have a little bit more fun with this. I bought tiny glass bottles like these, and then we added water, about a third of the way full, colored it with a few drops of acrylic paint, and then added some glitter before giving it a good shake to mix. Then we tore apart cotton balls and stuffed them into the bottle. Now, the online guide that I had was doing this into a large mason jar, but we had these teeny tiny bottles, so I actually used bamboo skewers and helped the kids to really stuff their cotton balls in there. And once the cotton ball had absorbed all the water, then we repeated the process. So we added more water, more paint, more glitter, shake it up, not quite as hard as the last time. Otherwise the two colors will mix and not be as cool looking. Then more cotton balls. Do this a third time, and then the bottle will be all the way full with 3 separate colors. And what it's supposed to do is look like a galaxy. So it was a galaxy in a bottle. Now, some of the paint colors that the kids chose were not different enough to really see the change. Some of them decided to repeat the process 3 times with the exact same color. So you couldn't really see the swirls of cotton and the color changes, but they still seemed really thrilled to take home something pretty that they made themselves. The next class we had was herbology, or herbology, where we made mandrakes, of course. I bought 3-inch terracotta pots and brown air dry clay from Amazon. Again, that affiliate link is going to be included. So the air dry is important. Don't use regular Sculpey, because what you're going to do is you're going to make a mandrake baby type shape out of it, and then stick artificial leaves and foliage and things into it, which you can't bake without ruining. And so that's why I chose the air dry clay instead. Now, surprisingly, a good majority of R's friends had never seen Harry Potter. So we showed them a picture of the mandrakes and asked them to recreate the screaming baby-like character. But most of them opted to just make a potted plant out of theirs, which was totally fine. But some of them that did choose to make the mandrakes turned out really cute. And so besides the chocolate frogs, I didn't really make much of an effort to create goodie bags, since they were taking home the wand and the galaxy in the bottle and the mandrake or potted plant that they made. So those were all of their goodies that they could take back in their goodie bags. So after singing to the birthday girl, most of her friends went home. Those that remained at the Harry Potter party went back outside to play with their wands and broomsticks. In all, I was really pleased at how ours DIY Harry Potter party came together. I'm sure there were some other elements I could have included. Like I had intended to sort the kids into houses and then play a game of Quidditch or something similar where the teams were against each other. But once I realized that very few of her friends had even seen the movies, this didn't seem as exciting as it would have been if they knew what the houses even meant. So plus I was dealing with the attention span of 7-year-olds. So I think the amount of activities that we had was just perfect. So, but let me know, what would you have included? What would you have done differently? So let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it.